world is ruling by Shokan. 80% out of 100 is kind. Really don't care about time, bitter like lime. Making sure victory mine. Got the fury like Luke Kane. Calling demands like the juice on your blade. Hold Johnny back so he stay in the cage. Raiding his mad, causing thunder and rain. Power and rage. Gotta make sure I'm staying with the mission. Fighting for the good, always cause ambition. Health bar full.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your girl Tosh, aka Coco Bone, coming at you guys with not a reaction but another review video, and this is to Baddies South episode 10. I do apologize for missing out on Baddies South episode 9. I was just so crazy busy last week, you guys. I was trying to hustle, pay some bills, but I did succeed, so yay for me. Last week, not much really happened anyway, but I did see how they was trying to go promote themselves and big up their brand. So shout out to them for going to go get the bag, you feel what I'm saying? I don't really got too much more else to say. I just want to go ahead and get into this review. So let's get into this review, shall we? So in the first scene, that's when you see Natalie Nunn on the mic talking her shit, hyping the girls up, while Sydney Star, extra ass, is coming to stalk them in the club in hopes of getting more attention. Well, ladies and gentlemen, she got more attention, and it was the wrong fucking attention. And the attention that she got was a drink thrown on her, looking stupid after waving that nut-ass beef jerky in the air in front of Rolly's face, okay? So that's when the girls had decided, like, you know what, fuck this bitch. And it doesn't have nothing to do with her being transgender or anything like that. It's just the fact that she's extra as fuck. She's so extra to where I honestly believe that the LGBT community do not want to claim that bitch. No way in motherfucking hell they want to claim that bitch. So yeah, I just truly believe they don't want to fuck with her just for the simple fact she's extra and she's a fucking stalker, okay? So yeah, they just decide to keep turning up and not to let Sydney Star ruin their vibe. So as the girls were partying, that's when Sydney Star had decided to get on the microphone and start talking her ish to the girls. And Slim had decided to snatch the microphone away from her. Also, Jayla had decided to snatch the microphone away from her, which Jayla was successful. And she started talking her ish to Sydney Star. So at this point, it's just a bunch of pettiness, you know, back and forth between Sydney Star and the girls. Persuasion is letting everyone know in her confessional as well that even though that they are divided, when they are out, they are all one group. And I totally respect that. So shout out to you, Persuasion, for having that type of mentality. So in the next scene, that's when you see all the girls, you know, despite the drama with Sydney Star is still turning up. They have refused, and I mean refused, to let Sydney Star even get in the way of them turning up and having fun one more time in Nashville before they hit New Orleans. And the girls started to leave, and that was basically the end of that scene at the club. In the next scene, that's when you see the girls obviously get off from the plane at the airport, arriving now in New Orleans. Oh, I can't wait to go down there. They got some good ass food and some good ass vibes. Period, poo. Oh my God, and that seafood? Sis. The seafood. Y'all know I'm fat. I don't give a fuck. Like, I love to eat. Oh, I should get some crab legs tonight. You know what? Whatever. Anyway, y'all, they arrived in New Orleans and they are so excited. Like, Natalie is handing them beads on the Sprinter as they're on their way to go to the new house and whatnot. So they are just so excited to be in New Orleans, and I would be too. So in the next scene, while the girls are on the Sprinter heading towards the new house in New Orleans, that's when they started to talk about some drama that had took place again between Rolly and now Scotty. So what happened was Natalie was explaining in her confessional how Scotty had went up to Rolly and had basically let her know that she didn't like how Rolly had jumped in the fight that was going on between Rock and Slim. And then Rolly had got upset and told Scotty to mind her damn business, and she had stormed off. So did Slim, you know, because that's what loyal friends do. Slim had stormed off with Rolly, and now they're thinking about possibly leaving the show and going home all together. Somehow in the midst of the conversation, Persuasion has said, Scotty has said, this sounds so fucking high school. I feel like I'm back in high school. But Persuasion has said that Scotty said that Scotty was going to jump into the fight, and Scotty is reassuring everyone that in her opinion, she felt that Rolly shouldn't have jumped in the fight and Jayla shouldn't have jumped in the fight. Jayla had agreed to disagree with Scotty, and Scotty also had agreed to disagree with Jayla and all the rest of the girls because that is her opinion. And Scotty, I fucking respect you for that, bitch. You sound like me, because bitches always get mad at me when I don't fucking agree with them. Bitch, if I don't agree with you, I don't agree. It's my opinion. I said what I said, just how you said what you said. I agree to disagree, just how you agree to disagree. So let's be grown women and mature about it and not fucking agree. But anyway, y'all, staying back on topic at hand. In the midst of this whole debacle, you see Bree coming in her confessional on the screen talking about, are we back in high school or are we grown ass women? Because this shit is too fucking high school and petty for me. Bree, I feel you on that one. These are grown ass women acting like they're fucking 13 years old in a grown woman body. What in the fuck is going on here? But yes, y'all, that's what they discussing in the midst of being on the Sprinter. So in the next scene, somehow, some way, which is very highly produced, producers cannot fake a scene to save their fucking life. But anyway, y'all, producers have set up the scene where Rolly and Slim is on the corner and they are trying to find a way to leave and get the fuck back at the airport. So in the midst of the girls on the Sprinter, that's when Natalie had assured all the rest of the girls that she will be talking to Rolly and Slim and trying her best to persuade them to get onto the Sprinter so they can still continue having a good time. Jayla, however, in her confessional, of course, is over Rolly and Slim, which is obvious because they had a really big rumble. Duh. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not too shocked there with that one. So in the midst of this scene, that's when you see Rolly come on in her confessional and she is explaining how she hasn't really been able to promote herself or debut herself in a more positive light. But it's like, Rolly, you knew what the fuck you was signing up for, so I don't understand your point. Are you feeling some type of way because you got beat up and you didn't expect to get beat up by Jayla? Then you also had to get into it with a transgender woman. Now, getting into it with a transgender woman, okay, that was a little bit much. Because it's like, first of all, bitch, I can't fight you because you're a transgender woman. You might have transitioned to a woman, but you still got man strength, so I can't physically whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? But however, I just feel like Rolly is just trying to find, and this is just my opinion, I could be wrong, but I personally feel that Rolly is just trying to find an excuse to leave because she is embarrassed that she got her ass whooped. And I just feel that Rolly is just not feeling the vibes no more because, as she also stated, all they do is just get drunk, party, and fight. And there's more to her than that, I guess, is where she's going with it, which is understandable. In the next scene, that's when you see Natalie getting ready to get off the bus. As she's getting off the bus, she is on FaceTime, I believe, with either Bree or Scotty, one of those two. No, it was Scotty. So she's on FaceTime with Scotty. And as she's on FaceTime, when it pans back to the girls on the Sprinter, you can hear Natalie talk to Rolly and Slim while she's on FaceTime. So anyway, Natalie is talking to Rolly and Rolly is fucking livid and pissed. Slim don't really got too much more to say. She's just trying to be loyal to Rolly, so she's mainly quiet. But Rolly is basically feeling like Natalie is the shit starter of all of the drama in the fights. She also feels that Natalie is a fake ass bitch, which we already knew because this shit has been exposed time and time again. Basically, Natalie throws rocks and then hides her hands, like the true half white girl that she is. Oh my God, it's a joke. Damn, it's a fucking joke. Stop being sensitive. Anyway, you guys, so yes, Natalie is trying her hardest to convince Rolly to get on. Rolly then gets upset because of Natalie's tone of voice being at high pitch. That's when Rolly had kind of checked Natalie, and Natalie had decided to bring down that tone and calm down because she's trying to assure Rolly that she's not mad at her, she don't got a problem with her. But Rolly is just so furious to where she gets into the car and leaves Slim's ass out on the street by her damn self. And then you see Slim in her confessional like,
come on, bitch. Like, you really gonna leave me, bitch? Really? Like, you gonna leave me with these bitches? Bitch, I'm leaving because of you. And you leaving me with these fucking hyenas? With these fucking barbarians?
Like, so yeah, y'all, I just thought that was a little fucked up. But in the midst of all of this, Slim did not care if Rolly had left her ass. Slim had decided to still leave anyway. And Natalie did not achieve the goal, which was to get Slim and Rolly back onto the Sprinter. So with the next scene, that's when you see Natalie is back on the Sprinter with the rest of the girls. And to make a long story short for this one, they're just recapping about what just happened between Natalie, Slim, and Rolly. And as they are on their way to the house, they have finally arrived to the house. And as they arrive, they see the Baddies South bus again. And this one is way more better than that last one, honey. That last one was like a tour bus according to Persuasion. But the one they got now, I think is way more appropriate for this type of like content or this type of concept, you know, which is a bunch of baddies, a bunch of pretty girls turning up, having fun, you know, getting on a stripper pole, taking shots until they get to the house. Because the other one was like a tour bus and you get to just be comfortable and sleep, but this one is more like a turn up party bus. So okay, all right, okay, Zeus. I also meant to mention how they're in a ghetto ass neighborhood. It's so ghetto to where like Rock is so at home because she feels like she back in Baltimore. It do look a little rough, I ain't gonna lie. But however, the house is pretty nice. It's a pretty dope house. So regardless of the area, it do look like, you know, it's still gonna be a nice, comfortable house to stay in for about a good 2 days until they travel to the next city. Okay, you guys, so for this next scene, I'm gonna summarize the shit out of this because don't nobody want to recap about what the girls were talking about as soon as they entered the house. They basically was just recapping about the whole Rolly and Slim situation, along with getting ready for going out and having a good time for the night and just turning up for New Orleans. And that was between the whole entire cast. Ain't no way in hell I'm about to sit up here and go verbatim on what they're talking about. They're basically talking about Rolly and Slim. Will they show up? Will they not show up? And follow that by turning up, having fun, looking cute, and just turning up in New Orleans and showing some titties, possibly some ass as well. Also, Dorelli from Bad Boys, this is his hometown, New Orleans. Okay, I knew he had a little accent, but I didn't know exactly where he was from. But okay, Dorelli is going to be going out with the girls to go turn up, so that is lit. But yeah, you guys, besides that scene between Natalie FaceTime and Dorelli from Bad Boys and inviting him to come turn up with all the rest of them, they're just recapping about Slim and Rolly, wondering if they're going to show up to the new house or not, and also getting ready to go out to have a good time. So that's it for those scenes. Moving on. In the next scene, that's when you see Bree had decided to FaceTime Rolly, and she's basically trying to convince Rolly like, look, I know you upset, I know you mad, but y'all cool with me for 1, and for 2, don't leave on some punk stuff, and for 3, let's just turn up, let's talk it out before we go and turn up. That's when Rolly had decided to change her mind, and you know, of course, whatever Rolly is with, Slim is with, you know. Some people might say that Slim is trying to be a little follower. I personally feel like Slim is just being loyal because it would look crazy if Slim stays but Rolly goes, and it's just like, well, you had no problem fighting Krishan and Jayla as far as with loyalty to Rolly, so it's like, why would you stay if Rolly did leave? So I think Slim is doing the best thing or doing the right thing by rocking with Rolly and not wanting to be there as well. Shit, if my best friend that I love ain't there, then why the fuck would I be there? Bitch, I'm here for my friend. All the rest of you bitches are cast members. I don't have to bond with you, boo. This is work. It might seem like we're friends, but no, bitch, this is work. Okay? And ain't nobody about to sit up here and fake all that little fake funny. No, bitch, ain't nobody doing all that fucking fake fraudulent shit. You bitches ain't my friends. This bitch over here is my friend. She my only friend. And if she leave, guess what? I leave too, bitch. Fuck. So that's when Bree was finally able to convince Rolly to stop by the house and have a talk with Natalie and Scotty and just try to resolve the shit before they go out and turn up and have a good time in New Orleans. So in the next final scene, okay, this is the scene that I'm more than likely going to elaborate and talk a lot on, because I just feel that, you know, as always, Zeus Network be dragging the fuck out of a whole episode of just things that nobody really gives a fuck about. Now we're finally getting to the scene where Rolly and Slim has arrived to the house, and they are now ready to confront Natalie and Scotty about any type of beef that they got. More so Rolly. She didn't really have not much to say. So as Natalie is talking to Rolly, she is doing that I'm Loud Natalie from BGC season 4 bullshit that she always have done since the time that she has arrived on television. Slim is wondering why Natalie is screaming and why she's so loud, and Rolly is saying that all this, you know, loudness and trying to act tough, you normally do this on camera, bitch, you not really that tough. And they're just basically kind of like starting to have like a back and forth. So in the midst of this scene, that's when we now see Rolly direct her attention from Natalie to Scotty, and Rolly had made a statement saying that Scotty said supposedly that she was going to jump in the fight that was going on between her, Krishan, Jayla, and obviously her road dog Slim. And that's when Rolly had stated that if Scotty would have jumped in the fight, she would have slapped the shit out of Scotty. Scotty didn't take that too well, and she basically told Rolly to stop trying to punk her. And that's when, you know, Rolly was just saying like, well, you was talking about jumping in the fight and you threatened me. And then Scotty is like, no, I'm not threatening you. I'm just letting you know what you did was fucking whack. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I said in my last review on, I believe it was episode 8 or maybe episode 7, when that whole entire brawl was going on between Rolly, Slim, Krishan, and Jayla, that from my friend, if someone is that disrespectful enough to come up to me and, you know, disrespect the shit out of my friend for the simple fact that you're just so in your feelings and you feel the need to put your hands on my friend in front of my face, I will wait until you guys are done, because I do not, and I repeat, I do not believe in jumping. But however, I do believe in one-on-one, and I personally don't think, in my opinion, it was bad what Rolly was trying to do. I'm sorry, I don't know, to each his own. If you want to stand there and let your friend get her ass whooped, okay, that is on you. Me personally, if you are my best friend or you are my girl cousin and there's a bitch that is so entirely disrespectful and so emotional to the point where she attacks you physically and she beats you up, what do you expect me to do? Because on the flip side of things, right, this is how the way my mind thinks. On the flip side of things, if I was to stand there as your friend, and I want y'all to comment down below and let me know if I'm tripping or not. If I was your friend, right, imagine me your friend, and I'm standing there and I'm letting you get your ass whooped by this person one-on-one. Now, I didn't jump in the fight. I didn't jump while y'all was fighting. I let y'all get y'all one. But if you get your ass whooped in front of my face, guess what? I'm fighting next. That's how I feel. I'm never gonna let someone I care about dearly get their ass beat in front of my face, and I'm just standing there like, you know what I'm saying? On the flip side of things, coming from Scotty's point of view, she was just trying to say, look, you should have had let them two just fight it out, and that was that. You didn't have to jump in. Okay, that is a good point, but again, you guys, this situation was two friends against two friends. So one way or another, it was just gonna happen that way because you got these two set of friends versus another two set of friends. So at the end of the day, all four of them bitches was going to rumble together. They all was gonna collide with one another because of the fact you got Krishan and Jayla as a new duo, and then you have Slim and Rolly that was already a duo when they came into the house. So obviously it was going to be a free-for-all between both groups of bitches. You feel what I'm saying? Between the two friends and the two friends. So that's why I said on my last one, I was absolutely positively not taking a side on that fight, because they both had really made some good points. You feel me? As far as with how respect goes. But again, if you're my friend or my girl cousin, I will never stand there and let you get your ass whooped. Because if I stand there and let you get your ass whooped, now I'm the bad friend that didn't help you and I just let you get your ass whooped. I don't know. Y'all comment down below and let me know how y'all would handle a situation like that. But me personally, if I'm close to you, I would never let you get your ass whooped. When you're her done fighting, I'm getting my round. And that's just how I feel about it. But let's move on to the next scene. So in the midst of this scene, we see Rolly and Scotty still kind of going back and forth. However, Scotty is saying in her confessional, she's not going to keep yelling at a bitch or go back and forth with a bitch. If you're going to smack her or punch her or whatever, go ahead and do that so y'all can get it over with and fight. I respect Scotty for that. I also agree with Scotty basically saying how the issue with Scotty between Rolly and her wasn't even that serious. The issue between her and Natalie is more serious, but Rolly is definitely gonna give Natalie a piece of her mind in a second. So in the midst of this scene, obviously that's when Rolly had decided to direct now all of her attention to Natalie. And OMG, man, these two, this is not a good combination. These two are basically just going back and forth. You know, Natalie is feeling like she's always getting disrespected, which is like kind of her fault because it's like, bitch, you keep being fake. Like, of course you keep getting disrespected. You keep playing both sides of the fence, Natalie. You gotta pick a side and just stay there, bitch. And then with Rolly is just feeling like, you know, again, Natalie is fake and that's why she's mad. Rolly is saying in her confessional that she also feels that Natalie does like this loud thing where she tries to intimidate people with her loud ass voice, and Natalie can do that to Sarah or any other white girl that she assume or think is weak, but she can't do it to Rolly's black ass. And Rolly's black ass is about to roll all over Natalie. In the midst of these two arguing, that's when Rolly had decided to threaten Natalie and tell Natalie that she's still standing behind that damn bar. That's when Natalie had finally reached her breaking point and she's asking what bar, and she proceeds to throw something at Rolly, and that's when Natalie tries to go in for a hit. All she did was pull off Rolly's wig, but she still had got her ass whooped. Oh my God, Natalie, you would think that from the ass whooping that you had received from Portia on your season 4 of Bad Girls Club when that shit was popping, you mean to tell me you still can't fight? You still don't got hands, Natalie? After when you got your ass whooped by Portia? Why do you like this Bad Girls Club thing if you can't fucking fight, Natalie? I don't get it. I mean, I give you respect for not being a punk, but bitch, you still failing because you can't fucking fight and you get beat up like every time. The only time that you win is honestly when I've seen you go up against white girls. Like when she fought the other white girl named Amber that was on Bad Girls Love Games or something like that. And Amber had basically insinuated she was a man and Natalie had whooped her ass. Same thing with Sarah. You know, you could fight with little old Sarah, but with Rolly, you go and take the first swing and you get beat up. Like, it's retarded. Why is it with the black girls, you always get your ass whooped, but with the white girls, you feel like you could punk them because they're white? Like, I don't like that because that's another way to get your ass whooped, Natalie. Because what if you fighting a white girl that truly do got hands? Rocky had put your ass down and she was white. So why do you always think white girls don't got no hands? You gonna run into the wrong white girl one day, Natalie. That white girl, she gonna use you as a fucking mop. She gonna drag your motherfucker. That. Some white girls can fight. I'm sorry. Like, I know I'm not white, but I'm just keeping it a buck. Like, you can't think just because a white girl's a white girl, oh, she don't got no hands. No, you just didn't run into the right one that got them hands for your ass. That's all that is. But anyway, you guys, that's when the episode had ended there. And that is the end of this episode. OMG. It was a lot. It was a whole freaking lot, man. Like, I mean, I can understand where Rolly is coming from, but again, in my opinion, Rolly, you knew what you were signing up for. You were signing up for a spinoff of Bad Girls Club, and obviously you have admitted that you have watched Bad Girls Club, and Natalie wasn't your favorite bad girl, but you were still like cordial or cool with her. And you know, like, Bad Girls Club was all about partying and fighting. That's what it is. That's what it's about. It's a spinoff from the original Bad Girls Club. You knew that when you signed that contract. So why are you acting so surprised? Again, in my opinion, I personally think it's because Rolly had got her ass whooped. If Rolly had never gotten her ass whooped, her ego would be boosted up, piped up, you know what I'm saying, hyped up. She will be somewhere on the sprinter with the rest of the girls, feeling like King Kong Almighty, beating on her big ass chest when it comes to the girls, because she would have felt like, oh, I won the fight, so I'm that big, and she would have been fine. But because she ended up getting her ass whooped, and she know deep down inside behind closed doors that Jayla had got her ass, you know what I'm saying, I feel like that kind of deflated her ego to the point where she's ready to just go home. I don't know, you guys. This episode was crazy, but you guys let me know how y'all feel about it down below in the comment section. Anyway, that is it for my opinion on this episode. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, show your girl some love. Help your girl get to 2,000 subs. Make sure to leave some suggestions down in the comment section down below. And please give me a big thumbs up, for it helps to push my videos further into the algorithm. I'm out this bitch. Deuces.